Modern marketing has a lot more research in it than ever before, and it's only going to get worse and or better, depending on your experience or perspective. Hi, my name is Dave Farrow. I run Farrow Communications, a PR and marketing firm in Buffalo, New York, and I'm also known as a Guinness World Record Holder for memory, having appeared on well over 2,000 media interviews and counting, everything from the New York Times to the Today Show. So I help small businesses and authors and everybody to figure out how to market themselves and especially how to get media attention. So today's topic has to do with why marketing has so much more research involved in it than it ever did. So I've been involved in marketing for well over a decade now. I won't say how long, but it's been a long time. And I've seen it evolve. And I gotta say, back when I first started, I did not have a lot of respect for the industry because it was mostly just let's figure out what to say to get sales up the most. Now, of course, it's still that way for the most part, but I think the internet has changed things actually for the better. Yes, everybody, I'm going to actually say, I think the internet was a good thing for a change. So hear me out. So back in the day, I mean, I was involved in infomercials even and shopping channels and things like that, and the real attitude for marketing was just, what do we say to get the most sales? They're not bad people, they're good people, but that is the focus, right? Is what do we say? What's the sales pitch? What's the copy? But today, because of the internet, we know that every single sales pitch, every single piece of copy now can have feedback. Every video I post, you can have a comment underneath. Everything you launch will have responses. And oftentimes the response is the marketing. Think of some of the marketing campaigns. I won't date this by mentioning specific ones, but think of some of the marketing campaigns that have, quote unquote, gone really viral. The big part of that viralness is people's reaction to it. Maybe the marketing campaign is trying to be more controversial and it's getting a lot of hits that way, or it's playing it too safe, or it's going too far right wing or too far left wing, or whatever you want to call it, today. The reason why this really works is because the people, the customers, are involved in the selling process now. No matter what you sell, whether it's pizza or propellers or anything, you now have to deal with responses to every single claim that you make. You can make a claim about a product and see thousands of comments in response. And I think that's actually a really good thing. Sometimes it gets used badly, of course. Sometimes the social media atmosphere can lead to depression and anxiety and all these other. I won't say sometimes, all the time. It really is terrible in a lot of ways. But at least in this way, we finally have the ability to speak truth to power in a way. So I actually tell my audience all the time and tell my customers that it is a two-way street. Everything that you say has two sides to it. So why not use this to your advantage? Here's some strategies you can use to get media attention, understanding this feedback loop. So first of all, everyone involved in the sales and marketing process is going to be worried that something is going to be said or done that will have thousands of people typing on their keyboards ruining you, right? Overnight, a bad ad campaign can sink a stock price or it can make it skyrocket. And a lot of it has to do with the feedback. So one of the things that we do at Farrow Communications is we do our damn research. We go out and we figure out everything we can know about a particular subject, and then we essentially don't really make claims. We talk about the need. We talk about how this demographic or this group is really suffering and they're really struggling, and how this product or this business or this expert has come along and can be a solution for the problem. And we actually let the journalists and the outlets really shape the rest of that, because all we've done is set them up for success. I think this is one of the reasons for our success. According to our data, we get around double the amount of publicity compared to the average publicist for authors, and kind of an apples to apples comparison. And in other cases, we do very well. And one of the reasons is that we know that journalists are very busy. They just don't have time to do all their research. And if they're going to tackle a subject that they're not experts in, they're kind of nervous. So we do the research for them. We provide them links, data, statistics, whatever it takes to show them that there is a story here, and of course they now have the data, they now have the statistics, they now have that ammunition in case they get kind of eviscerated by those keyboard warriors. They have something that they can do. So I think the solution to worrying about what people are going to say on the internet is just doing your research and having the facts to jump out there. It's the best mic drop you can do in marketing. If you found this interesting and you have something to promote for yourself or a product or business, well, why not think about doing a discovery call with Farrow Communications? Go on to farrowcommunications.com, and in the top right hand corner you can book a 30-minute discovery call with me or one of my team, and we'll go over options for how you can get media attention, how you can transform your business, and really, we really try to help people as much as possible with the best advice we can, because it's so important today that the average author, CEO, expert, small business gets every advantage they can to get the exposure that they deserve. So check out farrowcommunications.com and book your discovery call today.